feel like if you get cheated on, you're doing yourself a favor if you imagine it being as bad as it possibly could be.
That's called like being a cuckold, bro. Like you gotta imagine everything.
No, but I'm saying like you can't. She can't be like, oh, we only did it once. It wasn't even like anything. Like, bro.
These politicians are freaky as hell, man. We talked about Robert F. Kennedy Jr., RFK. We didn't really talk about him because we didn't give a fuck about him or his campaign. No. But the streets talked to us about him. So, he was getting some traction out there. I guess it was his name, being a Kennedy.
Yeah.
His dad was assassinated. His uncle was assassinated. And it seems like his character was assassinated because he was saying some real fucking wild shit on this campaign. But apparently, he dropped out. He said, I support Trump. Trump added him to like his transition team or some shit.
Whatever.
But he was getting freaky too. He was sexting Olivia Nuzzi, New York Magazine reporter, man. He's getting one of the young ones. He's married. He's married to Cheryl Hines, from Curb Your Enthusiasm, and she's very liberal. She's a Hollywood actress. So a lot of her friends and even herself was like, I don't agree with a lot of the wacky shit he's saying about vaccines and other things. Mm-hmm. But this is a whole nother level of embarrassment because she pretty much, the reporter from New York Magazine pretty much said that she had an inappropriate relationship with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. while she was covering his presidential campaign. Apparently, they only saw each other once, but they were sexting and had like an emotional affair, as you call it, because she was engaged. He is married. What you think about this? Do you think that this happens more often than not, with reporters and high-profile guys? Troy, you're a Jets fan. Brett Favre. He's notorious.
Damn, he just tossed that ball right over to you.
Brett Favre, man, he shot his shot. Yeah, that was embarrassing. Do you think that this shit happens all the time, man?
I would say so. What do you think, Troy? Are you surprised by this?
No, nothing surprises me. And side note with Brett Favre, you see he got Parkinson's.
Oh yeah,
tried to distract from that whole fraud thing. I mean, Parkinson's sucks, but I mean, hey, don't fraud people, and maybe people feel bad for you.
Yeah, I mean those brain things with football players, I'm always
CTE,
like,
yeah.
I feel like they're related. I can't.
I feel like when they announced it on the JBP, they played a video where somebody said that he's not a crook son, he's just a shook one. And I was like, oh, come on.
Oh, shit.
Damn.
Oh man, but yeah, shout out to Brett Favre. Thoughts and prayers for him robbing the state of Mississippi. Did I lose it there? Oh, no. But yeah, I'm not surprised by this. I do usually think that this is something that we kind of tie to athletes, and people in entertainment, like actresses and actors and things like that. Think about Rachel Nichols with Jimmy Butler.
Bro, those are rumors. It's not a real
no,
thing.
but I'm saying everybody, that was a rumor that people ran with and still run with. Like, I'm just saying, even with Malika Andrews and some of the other sideline reporters and things like that, we say these things about women because either they're attractive and they're next to a millionaire basketball player, or because the millionaire basketball player is cracking jokes that are clearly double, triple entendres, like Dwight Howard liked to do. I think it's definitely something that happens.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
It's crazy, man. Like them sexting and her having to, and to make this embarrassing announcement. I wonder what their messages were, man. I think she probably said something like, "Oh, my head will blow your mind like your uncle," or some fucking wild shit, bro.
Yo, what? Yo, that is crazy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they were saying. I wish we could know the way we do know about Mark Robinson's message board post.
What sucks about this is like they didn't even, at least from what they're putting out there in the media, they're saying they didn't even do nothing. They're like, oh, it was an emotional affair. we only ever met once. Like it was. They're saying that nothing even really happened.
Damn, what's worse, man? The emotional affair or the physical one?
All right. So what's worse is probably I don't know. I think it depends on if you're asking men or women. I think for women, they're gonna say the emotional affair is worse.
How are you gonna speak for women when I ask you? Like,
No. I mean, I'm just saying, like, I would assume. I can't speak for women. I would never try to do that.
just every week here, guys.
We believe women over here at No Chill Live. If you have thoughts and feelings about this, please DM us. But
Let us know.
I think they would probably feel more upset about the emotional aspect. But men, I know for me personally, like if I found out somebody cheated on me, like she's getting dick down, like no, that's a wrap. Like it's done. Like we're not. I'll mail you your shit.
Damn.
Or like we don't ever have to interact again. That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
You gonna mail her shit? I've done that before, and it wasn't because of that. But,
but you didn't want to see her again, right?
I was scared.
I was scared.
No, but no. I think, of course, the physical to me is worse too. I mean, it depends because emotionally cheating. It depends on, I guess, your arrangement in your relationship, right? Like some people are a little bit more loose. Like if you have a long distance relationship and you just hook up with someone, that could be understandable under certain circumstances. Whereas, someone's just kind of like, I don't know, sharing a part of themselves with somebody else and detached from you, that could be really hurtful. So I think in this instance, like where, RFK's wife was already embarrassed, I think this kind of just adds to it. But hey, I think she's only with him for the name anyway. So it comes with
his
the territory. Wife? Yeah.
I mean, she's an actress in her own right. Like she's in Curb. Like that's a pretty popular show. She's an attractive woman. Like she looks way better than this fucking guy.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't make sense otherwise, except for, he's like a Kennedy because he's like super fucking weird. Like there's really not a lot redeemable about him.
I don't know. I can't speak to who he is really, but I just think what the piece that you just mentioned, giving a piece of yourself to someone else. That's the part. It's like, yeah, emotional is not. It's bad. It's bad, especially in a case like this. Like y'all don't even do nothing, and then the whole media catches on to this fucking story and blows up our lives because you wanted to text some bitch. Like if I was the wife, I would be furious.
Yeah.
Like he's not coming in the house.
I mean, at this point, like she's got to be used to it. This can't be nothing new. I don't know.
Who
Texting is like whatever, man. Troy, what do you think about this? You think one's worse than the other?
I get the like emotional cheating hurts more maybe in some cases, but me, I don't think I could come back from like if someone cheating like physically. I don't think I could come back. I think I could come back with someone having an emotional affair. You could talk and like set certain boundaries and stuff like that. If someone like cheats physically, I don't think I could come back from that.
Yeah,
it's hard. It's hard to imagine. I've never experienced having to make that choice, but I feel like I could come back from either if I had to. Depending on the circumstances, I don't really know. So we'll see.
The circumstances matter, but at the same time, like I don't know. I feel like if you get cheated on, you're doing yourself a favor if you imagine it being as bad as it possibly could be.
That's called like being a cuckold, bro. Like you gotta imagine everything.
No, but I'm saying like you can't. She can't be like, oh, we only did it once. It wasn't even like anything. Like, bro, guys, when they fuck a girl for the first time, they be trying to go crazy. Like, you trying to make her remember that. You trying to give her the best she ever had. Like, you trying to change her life. Like, especially if you know you fucking somebody else's girl. Oh, no, you got to do her dirty. So I would not.
You got to do her dirty. Bro.
Listen, I'm just saying how guys like can approach this thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving too much information, too much of the secret sauce.
No,
but
man, it's no chill live, baby. Like you go.
I'm just saying I don't. Yeah, she need to leave him.
How do you think her fiance feels? Because I feel like I don't think they're together anymore. Probably because of this.
Probably because of this, like you're saying. I mean, he's probably sick.
Yeah. Especially RFK. You lose your girl to RFK. She's sexting him. I'm sorry, that's embarrassing as hell.
Dog, this man's face looked like a 30-year-old leather couch. Like, there's no way. There's no way. Nah. No.
That's embarrassing. No, that's unforgivable.
Yeah.
That's worse than Usher like spinning her around and like grinding on her, and or Chris Brown taking the pictures. You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but Usher be violating at these concerts, yo.
did that happen when you saw him or not?
Hell yeah.
Oh,
he
shit.
he broke out the cherries and everything and was
Oh,
like
wow.
feeding them to chicks and pouring shots into their mouths and stuff like that and like having them dance and stuff. Like he went around the whole arena on the floor.
Okay.
And then he was going to like the little VIP spots and like talking to people that were sitting on the floor and stuff. Like Usher, the man is smooth.
Yeah.
You got to give it to him. But if that was my girl, no.
You not letting Usher put the cherry in your girl's mouth or champagne? You gonna stop it? What would you do?
That nigga better have one for me too. Like pause. Like you
Pause, man.
You better be equal opportunity with the cherry. All right.
Bro, this ain't a Diddy party. You gotta
Listen,
relax.
I don't want that. I don't want that because my girl, she can tie the little cherries, the cherry thing in her mouth. I don't want that. Yeah, no,
shit.
no, I don't like that.
I don't know, man. That should make me uncomfortable. I don't really have I don't know. I can be playful sometimes, but I could also be like protective of certain situations. But it's hard. It's hard when I see people in that situation. I'm like, damn, man. I'd probably freeze up. I don't know, man. It's fucking Usher.
I feel like you also don't want to be like that selfish. Like, all right, would you let any guy put a cherry in your girl's mouth? No, definitely not. At least I don't think anybody around here that isn't into that cuckold shit would. But at the same time, I love Usher. She loves Usher. And this is a once in a lifetime experience. We've never seen Usher before, let alone together. Like, do you want to block that? It's just a cherry.
Man, I'm blocking that shit like Matumbo. R.I.P. R.I.P. to Kim Bay.
R.I.P.
No,
to
no,
Matumbo.
Usher. No.
For real. Got to get
For
that
real.
finger wag.
Pause. Yeah. I don't know, man. Let us know, guys. Is emotional cheating worse than physical? I think physical is probably worse, but it depends on the circumstances. You know, some people, think, just like having a hookup on like your bachelor or bachelorette is cool. Some people are not cool with
I
that.
want to know how this even went. Like, how did he?
How'd he bag her?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm interested too.
And how did she let herself be bagged? Like, I don't. I would love to know.
Yeah. I'd love to know too, man. Subscribe on YouTube, subscribe on Spotify, follow on Instagram,
Of course.
Twitter, TikTok, like
All the apps. We're everywhere. We are everywhere.